Welcome to the late edition of Week in Geek. It's been a busy few days, but we will update you right now. Command & Conquer: Red Alert, the 1995 game that paved the way for the RTS genre, has been announced to be getting a remaster. Yes, that game that was super badass with its marching rock soundtrack is coming back. It's coming with a bunch of goodies too. Not only will there be a remaster of all the assets and live action over CGI movie clips that were so gloriously campy, but there'll also be other features that'll make it more modern, like online multiplayer and such. However, the real surprise here would be EA's decision to help out the modding community by releasing the source code of the game. I find this move pretty unnatural for a company that likes to nab and hold on to beloved IPs left and right, and the promises of the remaster sound, well, pretty promising. While I'm not usually a fan of the game publishing giant Electronic Arts' action here is something I completely applaud. If you're going to remaster a game that has a huge fan base from way back when, offering support to that community is definitely the way to go. Hopefully this remaster makes good results for EA, and this encourages them to continue making these win-win type deals for their audiences. A hashtag named Release the Snyder Cut became a thing recently, and this would be referring to releasing Zack Snyder's original take on the Justice League film. For those who don't know, this director made his mark on the superhero film genre with his adaptation of Watchmen, which is one of the darker tales on the Caped Crusaders. You may wonder why the tone of the Justice League was very different from Watchmen, and a bit of research shows that he had to stop working on JL because of some personal issues where Joss Whedon took over in the middle of production. And well, the audience received the film in a rather mixed way, I suppose. Fans of the director have been wondering if the original vision of Zack Snyder's take exists, since the same was the case for Batman vs Superman. And thanks to a bit of a tweet, the existence has been confirmed. HBO Max in turn has decided to take this on as one of their trump cards in fighting the streaming war when it comes up against Disney+, which is already bragging a pretty robust library. The big DCEU film, which is said to be about 4 hours long, will be going live in 2021. A huge gambit for HBO, and maybe one last-ditch effort to save the darker version of the DC film universe. Personally, I'm already on board the Shazam train, and hopefully they continue producing movies in that direction, because, well, I enjoyed that one. But hey, we'll see how it turns out next year. A Philippine streamer that goes by the name of Zen Pro, which is not to be mistaken with the Zen Pro audio company or some medical drug sold in Malaysia. These were the first results I got in Google, by the way, so I was confused for a second. Anyway, he had gone to make a job posting for a video editor where he would like them to trim videos for him for the price of 200 pesos each. To add context, that's a little below $4. I mean, sure, the action of trimming a video is pretty simple in itself, but rendering those videos still require hardware, well, reviewing the videos if they rendered right, and a lot of time goes into that. Not to mention the likely back and forth of asking for further edits that are beyond the original agreement that I'm sure most freelancers deal with. Then add on to that the downloading and uploading of all this content. This is a streamer, so you're talking about hours of it. All of this costs time and money, and paying a meager amount for those services would be unfair to say the least. This obviously angered people online on where he had decided to double down on his abysmal take on the situation. And well, it kinda spiraled out of control, leading him to lose a lot of sponsors, probably all of them. While others would like to point and laugh at him, I think he's gone through enough, to be honest. And he has paid for his actions. I mean, he's young, he'll make some big oopsies here and there, and here's one of them. I hope he finds the time to pick up the pieces and learns from the experience. So if there are any lessons to be learned from this, when you gain clout, you acknowledge it and manage it. So before we continue, I would like to remind you guys that we do have a Facebook page. We also have a Twitter and an Instagram. You can follow those for more updates or just getting our articles faster. Of course, our site also exists, remoteroomfiles.com, and that's where you get all of our content. Anyway, back to the stories. Valve, who has been known to not really be the one to support the idea of censoring games on their platform, has appeared to change their tune as they launched the alpha version of a Steam client explicitly for China. Ideally, this version of Steam will be adhering to all the content restrictions and user monitoring that the state would like in place. Some things unique to this Steam client, or Steam platform as it will officially be called in China, would include only using identity information that has been confirmed by the authorities, including the profile picture, the rejection of games that are decided to be harmful, and the monitoring of the amount of time users spend playing games on it. Note that this is still in the alpha phase, so more features are likely to come out. Steam having exclusive servers for China hasn't been confirmed yet, so maybe it won't necessarily lead to further isolating of the Chinese user base from the rest of the world. Considering how the bulk of Valve's sales, particularly for games like Dota 2, come from China, it's understandable why they would try to retain their audience in that region as much as possible. We will continue to monitor the situation and update you if there are any major developments. Fire Force is definitely one anime I thoroughly enjoyed for the over-the-top action and quirkiness, which kinda sounds like One Piece when you think about it, but no, I am not riding that pirate ship because it is 900 episodes plus. No. Anyway, the last season ended on a cliffhanger, or rather pretty short on answers and with a ton of questions. So for those of you who were pretty into the idea of firefighters recruiting all sorts of specialists that have pyrokinetic powers, well then it's time to rejoice as the second season has been slated for a July release this year. I'm pretty stoked myself since I found this to be a pretty fun series. It definitely carries the odd energy that Soul Eater had, which should be expected considering it's the same man behind the series. While Season 1 had a pretty long list of production staff, we have David Production credited for Season 2. This would be the same studio known for handling the JoJo series, so I'm fairly certain it's in good hands for now. I just really like the anime, so I just wanted to share my excitement with all of you, to be honest. And with that, you're all caught up. Thank you for listening in. If you want to see our other updates, you'll find them on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. Just search Raymaroon Files. You'll also see our website, raymaroonfiles.com, which has all of our content. Anyway, we will be catching up with you again next time. See you again.